My YouTube channel is about things that are not in the manual, and you will not find this in any manual anywhere. Well, what is that thing? That is an SU carburetor out of my Triumph Spitfire. This is a junk carburetor that somebody gave me to work with. And what we're going to do is take a look at why I built this and what it's for. If you enjoy this, subscribe to my channel, make comments. It's encouraging, helps me make more videos, gives me the motivation to do it. Anyway, let's get into it. Hi everybody, I'm quite excited to show you this. For those of you who've been following this thread, I have been making a SU carburetor needle height sensor to tell me how high the needle is. And I finally have a working prototype. This is not the prototype that not the design I originally was going to go with, but let me explain what was going on. So in order to figure out which needle is appropriate for a carburetor, for an SU carburetor, you need to know both the how high the piston is at any given time, and you need to log that and log it against the air-fuel ratio to see whether or not you're getting the right air-fuel ratio for that particular station on the needle. And the trick has always been knowing how high the needle is. So what I did, I had a variety of different designs, but I ran into a while back this sensor here for Arduino. And Arduino is a miniature computer. This is an Arduino board right here, and it plugs into your computer to monitor it, or you can just plug it into to a 5-volt source. This particular board, what it does is an angle measurement, very sensitive to even the half-degree angle or more, and it will tell you what angle this board is sitting at. And so what I did was I built this mechanism here. I'm going to lift the piston up and down, and you can watch it. Let me trade hands here. I'm going to go ahead and lift the piston up and down, and you can see the angle changes on that board. Now, the trick is to get that to identify one of 16 stations on this piston. Needles are defined in it's either 8ths or 16ths. I can't remember now off the top of my head. So, and get it repeatable so I know exactly what's going on. So let's just, to test this, we're going to go ahead and we're now going to take so you see right now I have the front carb hooked up. Yeah, can you read that? Front carb shows 0. So I am now going to put in a 16-inch drill bit into this slot, and I'm going to do it one-handed, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. There we go. There's now a 16th inch drill bit holding the piston up, a 16th inch. So my front carb is now reading 1. And I've tested it so I pull that out. Front carb is reading 0 again. And very important to have repeatability. The other design I had didn't have repeatability. So now let's put in a 2/16 or a 1/8 inch drill bit. And our piston height sensor says we are now at stage 2 of the needle. And we'll take that back out, and we'll go with a 3/16 drill bit. We should be at 3. There we are, 3. And we'll go with a 1/4 inch drill bit now. Let's just get out of my drills here. Get a 1/4 inch drill bit. Put that in. And there we have 4. Pull it out. Pops back down. 0. That's a good thing. We'll skip up to the half inch. Skip up to the half inch just so you don't have to watch them all. We'll pop this in. that in. So we're now at sitting at a 1/2 inch, and we should be at 8. We're at 8, pretty good. Pull that out, we're back down to 0. If I pop this all the way up, we see we are at 16. So if you want to see the mechanism a little bit better, this is the mechanism. And I'll go into how I built it, the parts list and all that kind of thing later. But I just wanted you guys to see that I actually built a working SU Carb needle height sensor. Oh, the other thing that the concern is how much load does the rotating this mass put on the piston, and I will measure that later. But it's very, very slight. You can move this board. This board just flops around like crazy when you take this particular link out. So it's very, very low impact. Anyway, I wanted you to see that I have a working needle height sensor. So what are these wires hanging out here? Well, I got to make one more of these. So I have a front carb and a rear carb, and then this one is going to go for the air fuel ratio gauge, which I've already installed. So I'll be able to log air fuel ratio, front carb needle height, rear carb needle height all together. I'm really quite excited about this. So anyway, thought you'd like to see the progress. Talk to you later.